To play Talking About Revolution, you'll need the following chords: G major, C sus2, E minor, D major, and D sus4. Alright, the song is basically 4 chords. The sus4 there is just a little embellishment on this, like that. Okay, those 4 chords repeat throughout the whole song. That's all you need to learn if you're strumming the song to sing along to. This is how it sounds. Strumming pattern is down, down, up, up, down, 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 up, up, down, 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 up, up, down. And that can repeat for the whole song if you like. I'll just put that up in music so you can have a look at the software playing it, and you can see the down and the upstrokes. Now for the finger picking part, I'm just going to use those chords and variations on those chords to at the same time trying to pluck out the melody where I can. So this tutorial is really not for beginners. I'm just going to talk you through what I'm doing. Hopefully if you can already finger pick a little bit, then you should be able to figure out how to come up with an arrangement that's your own and not play note for note exactly what I'm doing. I never play the same thing twice anyway, and that's why I'm not tabbing it. I'm not going to tab it. So you can already see that the melody follows the chords, and I think that's how a lot of songwriters work. I don't write songs. I really don't know how, what's the process. But it seems to me that a lot of songwriters come up with a chord progression, something they think that, oh, that sounds good, let's do that. And the melody is based around the notes in that particular chord. This is no exception, where she goes Talking About Revolution. Uses that D there over the C chord. Okay, so when you're strumming the chord, that becomes a C sus2. So what you'll need then is that's pretty easy. There's not really much changes there, apart from when she sings "Sounds Like a Whisper," and then back into the D chord. All right, I embellish it the second time round. Just I'm doing what she's doing, but I'm playing a double stop. So when I go, "Don't you know?" I'm going to flick up 2 frets to the 5th. On both strings, so it's a double stop. So she sings and I do it like this. Drop down to the E minor, D, Like a Whisper. Okay, that would be the chorus and Talking About Revolution. There's also a part in the verse, in the first verse. She sings "Wasting Time," she moves up. So here I'm using my little finger on the D here, and up to C here, because the melody's got this E up on the 7th fret, and then dropping back down to G. Alright, so I'm substituting the E minor chord with a G, which is okay because they're relative to each other, so it sounds perfectly okay. And also that I've got an E in the melody. So that's unemployment lines, when she sings unemployment lines. And I'm playing a D barred across the 2nd fret with my little finger on the note D there. Okay, so it sounds like this. So that's "Wasting Time" in the unemployment lines. So, And the second time round, do exactly the same. Whoops, to here. And this time playing the melody. I think it's waiting for a promotion. And this time I bar. I bar the D shape here, so it's an A shape that you play up here, but barred on the 5th fret, and using my little finger as well too. Okay. Back to chorus. Don't you know, talking about revolution. Only once, and then into verse 2. And I'm going to play a bar here on the 2nd fret. That gives me a D6, D6 chord. But basically, it's just and back around again. Now there's a nice bridge where she sings "Oh, you better run, run, run." I don't remember how many times she sings that, but it goes quite fast, so I strum that. And that starts with a G here on the 7th fret, with the note G on the 10th fret of the 1st string. And I'm going to keep my finger on this note while I play 3 of the 4 chords. So that's G there, that's C there, that's E minor there. Okay, I can strum that. And then drop down to my D chord barred on the 5th fret with my little finger on the note E there. Take it off to D, like this. Alright, and then around my 4 chords. This time I'm keeping my little finger on the D. So to G, C sus2, okay, E minor, but now it's E minor 7, and D, like that, and then back up to alright. Next part, I don't know if it's the next verse, when she sings finally the tables are starting to turn. And again, I'm going to move up to E. So I'm going to play G here, C here, E minor, again barred on the 7th fret. And this time I've got D barred on the 5th fret. I'm going to play the melody with my little finger. So D, E, F sharp, down to G again, with that note D there. And I'm going to strum Talking About Revolution. Now that actually becomes, because in the melody there's a note B, so that becomes a C major 7. C major 7 with no E, so there's no 3rd. But that's just strumming the melody. Up with my little finger to the D, and then up to a quick flick E minor to G, like that, and back to D, and she does that twice. So she sings the first verse again, and then she goes into the chorus. So back exactly the same, so don't you know, talking about revolution. And back to finally the tables are starting to turn. Alright, so if you want to give that a bit more dynamic, so you change from finger picking to chord melody. that becomes like the outro where she just repeats that phrase again, talking about revolution. Okay, and that's it. I've done the best I can to explain it. As I say, I've got no intention of tabbing it out. I'm sure you'll be able to figure it out from those 4 chords, but it's a really nice song, so have a go. Get out. Get out. I want to go to bed. He wants to. I've forgotten again. You be so thick.